Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Marvel Legends action figure review. And I am very excited for this one because we are going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Card Wave Spider-Man 2099. I am very excited because this is my very first classic 2099 Spider-Man figure in my collection. I know there's been a few out there. This is the first one I've actually been able to get my hands on. The initial one, I think, back in the original, like the olden days of the pre-Marvel Legends, back in the Spider-Man Classics days, they had a Spider-Man 2099. Wasn't able to get that one because I couldn't find it anywhere. And then when they did the Spider-Man Origins line, I could not find the Spider-Man 2099 anywhere. Found the Black Suit Spider-Man, which was great. Found the Iron Spider-Man, which was great. Could not find this guy. And then when Hasbro took a hold of them and started doing, all of their Marvel Legends, I could not find the one. I believe the first one they did had a metallic kind of paint scheme for all the blues, and it was a little bit lighter. It looked really good. Never found that around here, so I didn't get that one. Then they did, right when they started doing these Spider-Man retro card figures, I believe they did do one that was more on the, more so kind of like the classic Pizza Spidey body mold, and I didn't like that because for me it was too thin. 2099 Miguel here, he is much more, at least every time I see him drawn, he's much bulkier. He's more along that kind of adult, I guess you could say, body build for Spider-Man. So I kind of figured once I saw that they were doing it on the Pizza Spidey, like the more skinny body buck, I figured they're gonna re-release it on either the Renew Your Vows or the original classic Spider-Man from when they did the first wave of retro figures. And here we are. So yeah, I'm very excited to be getting this guy. All the other figures in the wave, I'm probably not going to get any other ones except for Cardiac. I am very excited to get Cardiac. If you guys know, we have been waiting for a long time to get a Cardiac figure. But yeah, I'm a big 2099 fan, at least of Spider-Man and Dr. Doom, not so much of the other characters. But yeah, I'm going to stop blabbering because I can't wait to get this guy out and see if he's as good as I'm hoping he is. I really hope he is. So let's get him out of the packaging and check out if he was worth the wait. Alrighty, and here he is out of the packaging, and he is such a good figure. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. He was so much worth the wait. The actual painting, detailing on him, it's very clean. The only thing that is kind of throwing me is I don't know if it's because of the diaphragm joint or they maybe did mispaint it, or it could just be me being crazy, but it kind of looks like the legs here are a little bit off, like they're kind of like slanted this way a little bit. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but in hand, it does look like they might be off a little bit. But then again, that could just be, positioning of the diaphragm joint. And you're like, honestly, like there, it looks pretty good. But yeah, the paint on the mask looks really good. Going down the arms here, not a whole lot of mistakes here. The little point on the fist looks good. Yeah, look at that on the actual skull spider. Looks really good. Down this arm. There's a little bit of like mispaint there, but that's not bad. It just looks really good. And I even liked it. They even went so far as to fill in the butterfly joints with it. And it's pretty good. It's off a little bit on this side. But oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to finally have this figure. And this, I guess we can consider this accessory because his web cape can kind of come off. I hope it's showing up on camera, but it's got this really nice, like, pearlescent look to it. I don't think it's coming across on here, maybe... I don't know if I should put it against. You can kind of see it. It just looks kind of metallic. on camera, but it does have this kind of little like pearlescent look to it, and it looks really, really nice. I like the sculpting on it. I like it. Almost looks like it's torn down here. This is very cool. I like the web cape, which I didn't think I would, because I'm not, aside from Spider-Man Unlimited, I'm not the biggest fan of like the web capes or anything. I kind of just like, I think it, just adds unnecessary stuff to it. I like the more simpler, cleaner look without the webbing on the back, but he does come with 2 sets of hands. Have the normal wall crawling hands, and again, the paint for the most part on those hands looks pretty good. Doesn't look like they really messed up or anything, and I like that the pegs are in red because it keeps in line with the stripe. He, of course, comes with the 2 fisted hands he has, and then he comes with these clawing hands, because Spider-Man 2099 has clawed fingertips. That's kind of how he wall crawls. He doesn't necessarily have like the normal like wall crawling abilities like classic Spider-Man does. He kind of has like these little like talons on his fingers, like dig into the bricks and things so he can crawl. I think they have retconned it, but I know that's how it was originally. But yeah, the hands look really good. The figures, I'm just overjoyed. Absolutely overjoyed with this figure. And the articulation is really great. I am going to take the web cape off. The peg here is very pliable, so you don't feel like you're going to rip it off when you take it in and out. But you don't have to, but just, to make it a little bit easier for me to manipulate the figure to show off the articulation, I am going to take it off. To start off, let me move these here. But to start off, one of the few complaints I do have with this, because this is the Renew Your Vows body mold, I don't like the head, because the head is that kind of, here. Yeah, it's this dumbbell joint that has this cut in the back. I prefer the ball on the disc hinge, because I feel like you get a lot more range of motion, because he can look up, that's as far as he can look, and I feel like, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but I feel like with a disc hinge, you can kind of get almost like he's looking straight up, which is nice. He can go down that far. Obviously, get some good rotation there. Arms, a full 360. Hinge up and down. Good butterfly joints. Kind of get him to almost cross. His arms in front of him. Pretty good. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, and hinges on all of the hands. He has the diaphragm joint that I mentioned earlier, which you can get, which in conjunction with the U-bend here, you can bend him real far back and then real far forward. Got some really nice side to side with the dumbbell joint. You can just engage that, and that's how far he goes just with the dumbbell, or the ab joint, whatever you want to say, diaphragm joint. That's how far he'll go back with it. Legs will kick forward that far, kick back, not much. You can pretty much do the full splits. Got the thigh swivel, double jointed knees. He has calf or boot rotation. And this is one issue I did have without the package. His ankle joints are very stiff. And that is something you definitely, if you get this guy, definitely heat them up, because you don't want them breaking, because then he won't be able to stand. But once you do get them engaged, you got a lot of good motion on them. You got some really good pivot there. And of course, because this is Renew Your Vows, he has toe articulation, which is always good. And he does kind of have drop down hips a little bit. You can kind of, mess with them. But yeah, all in all, great articulation for a Spider-Man figure. I am very, 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 very happy with this guy so far. Just such a great figure. Alrighty, let's get some size comparisons in here. I don't have, like I said, any of the other 2099 figures to compare him with, so we'll just have to make do with what we have. But first off, we have him with the figure on the same body mold. Here he is with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. And there you go. Looks pretty good. And you can see all the similarities in the bodies there. Here he is with, I believe, another figure on that same Renew Your Vows build, we have Scarlet Spider-Man. So I figured let's go with another alternate, you know, Spidey here, kind of, sort of. So that's how he looks next to him. And here he is next to the actual only other 2099 Spider-Man I have. And this is an oldie. And it's kind of ironic that I got this one before this classic one. But we do have the 2099, I guess, gray suit or gray and white suit or whatever you want to call it. The Mark II suit. Yeah, I wasn't going to initially get this figure, but since I didn't have, you know, a version of this guy, I figured at least I have 2099 represented in my collection in some way, shape, or form. And as much as I was against this design when it first came out in the comics, getting it in figure form kind of made me like it more. Especially, like, I love how they did the eyes on it, but yeah, that's those two together. And another decent, you know, kind of appropriate character, sort of. Since we don't have a 2099 version, here he is next to, this is the Absorbing Man Wave Venom. I should get a new Venom, but I don't like how all the new ones have like the monster feet and the toes. I like the normal kind of like basic feet. And this is still a good figure. So that's how he looks next to them. And here, we'll show him off. Get a little more scale here. Here he is with the 97 Wolverine. Again, a little bit taller as he should be. So yeah, that's how he looks with all the other figures. Alright, so closing thoughts on this guy. I think you guys can already tell I more than recommend this figure. I love this guy to death. I highly recommend it. It's one of those where even if you say you do have one of those previous releases of the character, I do think this one is more than worth it because he is on the more, you know, muscular side. He's not on those, you know, thinner body bucks. He has that more bulky physique that I feel he should have. So I absolutely recommend this guy. I love the figure. I can't wait to do take some pictures posing this guy. And yeah, that's basically going to be it for me. Pretty straightforward review here. I like them. If you can find them, go get them for sure. And that's going to be it for me today. As always, I appreciate you guys and thank you for watching. If you are so inclined, please remember to like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And that's going to be it for me. So, as always, you guys take care of yourself. Peace and love, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.